On the 10th of August, 2026, a research boat was working off southern Spain. The crew found an orca they knew well. Her name is Toñi. She's about 60 years old, and she's the oldest Iberian orca alive. The teams who follow her call her La Abuela, the grandmother. They had photographed her only weeks before, and she was fine. This time, her dorsal fin had about 10 holes punched through it. Some of the pellets may still be inside her. Spain has opened an investigation. Nobody has been arrested. Nobody knows yet where it happened, or when, or who pulled the trigger. She'd been traveling down from Portugal, so it could have been almost anywhere along that coast. To understand why anyone would shoot a 60-year-old whale, go back 6 years. Something changed in these waters that summer. It started in the summer of 2020. A sailboat was crossing the Strait of Gibraltar. The wheel jerked in the skipper's hands. Something was pushing the rudder from below. Then it came again, harder. Over the stern, black fins were cutting the water. The boat had stopped answering the wheel. That year, 52 of these run-ins got reported, and they weren't scattered across the ocean. They clustered in one corridor running from Gibraltar up along the coast of Portugal. Same stretch of water, same small group of whales over and over. The whales come in under the boat and they go for the rudder. That's the blade under the stern that steers the whole vessel. They push it, they bite it, and they spin it hard enough that the wheel whips around on its own. Below deck, the sound is the worst part. Crews describe a deep thud through the hull, then scraping, then another hit. You can't see what's doing it. You just feel the boat move under you. Sometimes they snap it clean off. Then the boat can't steer at all. The crew drifts in a shipping lane, waiting on a radio call. The stories are hard to shake. Off Gibraltar, a group of sailors had just crossed from the Bahamas. 4 weeks at sea. Orcas found them and stayed for 3 hours. Video from the deck shows the boat spun in a full circle. The wheel turns by itself. Bits of the rudder float away on the surface. In October of 2025, a French family was sailing about 55 miles off the Portuguese coast. 3 of their children were aboard, aged 8, 10, and 12. The whales rammed the boat, and it started taking on water. The parents sent out an SOS and got everyone into a life raft. A fishing boat reached them first. Then the Portuguese Air Force winched all 5 up into a helicopter. Nobody was hurt. Their boat did not survive. 7 boats have gone to the bottom this way since 2020. Around 700 run-ins have been logged. More than 250 boats have been damaged. Most of that damage is to one part, the rudder. They rarely touch anything else. Insurance went up. Sailing routes changed. Some charter companies just stopped going. Sailors started fitting reinforced rudders and trading advice on where the whales were last seen. For a while, an ocean crossing came with a new question. What do you do if they find you? Across 6 years and hundreds of encounters, not one human has been seriously hurt. Not one. 0 injuries, 0 deaths. That doesn't fit the story we were told. These animals run up to 20 feet long and weigh several tons. They hunt in coordinated teams. Off Norway, a pod will herd whole schools of herring into a tight ball. Then, they stun them with their tails. Off Argentina, they slide right up onto the beach to take sea lions. Then, they wriggle back into the surf. In the strait, they chase tuna down to depths a diver would never survive. They can hit 30 miles an hour when they want to. If a pod wanted to hurt those crews, nothing in the water could stop them. They break a rudder, and then they leave. In the wild, there's no confirmed case anywhere on Earth of an orca killing a human. Whatever this is, it isn't hunting, so what is it? The story that spread fastest was revenge. A whale called White Gladys was said to have been struck by a boat. Then she taught the others to fight back. It's a great story. Scientists have largely set it aside. There's no proof any one animal started this, and no proof that revenge is even a thing an orca does. The explanation most researchers now back is play. Orcas are among the smartest animals in the sea. They pass habits around a group the way we pass around slang. In the 1980s, orcas in the Pacific Northwest started swimming around with dead salmon on their heads. Just balanced there. It spread through the population in weeks. Then it stopped, as suddenly as it started. Decades later, it came back. A rudder, to a young orca, might be the best toy in the ocean. It's big, It moves. It pushes back against you. And when you break it, the whole boat starts behaving strangely. The rudder goes slack. The hull turns. Something enormous responds to a shove from a young whale. An international team went through all the footage. They found no evidence of aggression at all. They said the word attack is misleading, and that we should stop using it. There's a third idea, and it's grimmer. Bluefin tuna, their main food, was fished down hard for decades. Some think a hungry, crowded, stressed population might take its frustration out on whatever's nearby. Others think the opposite. That tuna have recovered enough to give the whales spare time. And spare time is when play happens. Both are still guesses, and since then it has not gotten worse. It peaked in 2023 at 207 run-ins in a year, then 136 in 2024, then 67 in 2025. The number is falling, year after year. It hasn't stopped. Galicia had a busy stretch in late 2025. But the trend line points down, not up. Part of that is sailors learning. Spanish authorities told boats to hug the coast, stay in water under about 65 feet deep where the whales don't follow. It worked, so the problem is already shrinking. And it was never killing anybody. Toñi swam in that same water. She's the oldest of a group of fewer than 40 animals. That's the entire Iberian orca population, not fewer than 40 in one bay, fewer than 40 on the planet. They're listed as critically endangered. Every calf born matters. So does every adult still breeding, and only about 15 of them have ever touched a boat. Most are young, the behavior looks like something juveniles picked up and older animals mostly ignore. Toñi is a matriarch. In orca society, that job matters more than almost anything. Older females live long past the age when they stop having calves. That's rare in the animal world. They spend those years leading. An old female knows where the food is in a bad season. She knows the routes. When a matriarch dies, the whole group can suffer for years afterward. She hadn't been seen in the Strait of Gibraltar for 2 years. Then she turned up in August with holes in her fin. Conservation teams say the size, number, and spread of the wounds all point to a shotgun. 2 or 3 pellets may have passed clean through. Others could still be lodged in her. Spain's environment minister called them marks that fit pellet shots. Harming a protected animal, she said, is a serious crime. The investigation is open. Officials are careful to say the cause isn't confirmed yet. For now, she's still swimming, still hunting, but nobody can say what's happening inside that fin. Lead poisoning is a risk with pellets left in tissue. So is infection, and she's 60 years old. So, are we wrong? Something out there is damaging boats, and that's real. Crews have been badly frightened. Families have been lifted off the water by helicopter. 7 vessels are on the seafloor. That's a genuine problem, and the people it happened to are not making it up. But the animals doing it have killed nobody and injured nobody. And they're down to fewer than 40 of their kind. The behavior is fading on its own. And there are things that actually work, which sailors already know. Stop the boat, cut the engine, let go of the wheel, and let the rudder go slack. It gets boring fast and they lose interest. Head for shallow water and call it in. That advice comes from the researchers who track these animals, and it works. Loud deterrence can backfire because noise sometimes draws them closer instead. So somebody fired a shotgun at a solvable problem, and they aimed it at a grandmother. Her group is so small that losing her alone could set it back for years. If the shot was meant as self-defense, it protected nobody. Nobody was ever in danger of dying. If it was meant to teach the whales a lesson, that's not how this works. They can't connect a boat in Portugal to a gun off Caliz. No whale learns anything from that. What it did do was put 10 holes in one of the last of something. We got the first part of this story wrong. We heard a rudder snap and we called it a war. Revenge, an uprising, whales rising up against us. Then some of us went and made it one. The whales never declared anything. They found a toy, and the toy belonged to us. If you want another animal we've badly misjudged, watch our video. We were completely wrong about the dragonfish. Then drop a like, subscribe, and tell me one thing. If an animal breaks your boat but never hurts a human, what do we owe it?